Hello, welcome to Tablescape. I'm Brandon,
I'm Trenton.
and today we're going to be doing a time lapse of as we assemble all of the starter set models for Warcry. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So I'm excited to, well, I guess I'll be assembling the Untamed Beasts, and you'll be assembling
Iron Golems.
Then we have Chaotic Beasts to assemble. So we've got like 4 sprues here of them, and then how many sprues of terrain? 7 sprues of terrain, so that'll probably take the longest just because...
It's a lot of plastic.
Yeah, it's a lot of plastic. I know for the Kill Team sets it took me like 4 to 5 hours by myself, but with the both of us it should be a lot faster, so we will see how that goes. So we hope you enjoyed the time lapse. So here we are with everything assembled now and kind of laid out on the battlefield, just to give you a look of all the terrain with some guys on it. Over here you can see some of the models that we don't have on the board, so it's some of the Raptics down here and those Furies, some of the Iron Golem guys over here. Everything turned out pretty nice in terms of the details of the models, and I guess I really like some of the axes, like this guy's axe on the Untamed Beasts, and then this guy's got like a sword that we chose. You can also choose like an axe option for him, but there weren't too many options for the Iron Golems, but just a few choices of like what their maces or weapons look like. Here's like one of the Furies, so kind of perched on some stone for them. Yeah. Then over here, if we just kind of take a look at the battlefield terrain, we've got the big Iron Golem figure there. I think he's a breacher. And then kind of a cool chain flail guy, just kind of swinging that. There's definitely a mixture of the pieces where you have like some small pieces like this and then bigger runes like this. We'll talk more about the runes and the difficulty assembling, but there's, in the picture here you can see we basically have 4 main pieces. So we have rune number 1 here, number 2, number 3, and 4. The book shows you how to build 2 of those, and then we had to consult some other sources to figure out how to build the other 2, which we will link below and talk more about here shortly. So just want to give you a feel for the battlefield. I definitely love this guy here with this big signal, and he can kind of boost the defense of everyone around him. Pretty cool with that. And another kind of chain whip figure here on this walkway. The walkway is movable actually, so we just laid it there. And for some of the stairs, like here, we did not glue this stair on because like the book actually tells you to glue it on, but you don't want to do that because you might use it in other places. And then there's another staircase on this piece here with the head. So this staircase right there is not glued either. We just got a little guy perched up there. Some more Furies, but overall, as you can see, the terrain, if you have all of the terrain, fills out the board pretty well. But most games we probably won't be doing that. So let's go into our recap of how we assembled this and what things to be aware of. So here we are with the terrain, and let's talk about what we thought went well and what challenges we had. I think first off, with the terrain, one thing it took a long time to realize is if you want the terrain that matches the cards in the set, that's actually this picture here on the assembly book that shows the scenery. But it's kind of hard in the scene here to determine which pieces go to which of these runes, and we'll include, as I mentioned previously, 2 links we found. There was a video that one gentleman provided that's very short, like 6 minutes long, that lists each of the pieces, and he has a 360-degree view of each rune. There's 4 runes you need to build, and it was very easy to follow and tremendously helpful, so we will include a link to that. But that really helped us get the runes. The rest of the pieces were pretty straightforward, I think.
Yeah, just the stairs thing.
So for the stairs, you don't want to glue on the staircases here, like this is on the bell tower piece here, and then there's the thing right here that sits above the head, and so the stairs there, as you can see, are not glued on. They have a nice notch for them to just sit in here, just like that. And so like if I was playing with this, it isn't going to go around or fall off. And there's a notch on the stairs too that kind of holds them in there for that bell tower piece. Some of your scenarios on the cards are going to have you laying these stairs, like one of them I know has it on this building, like right in the front here, and a few other spots. So you don't want to glue the stairs on. That's probably the most important thing about the assembly of the scenery. I think some ticky-tack will probably help us, because some of the other rune pieces, when you're moving the stairs around, it looks like there isn't a nice slot like on these 2 pieces that you originally put the stairs with. So yeah, probably some ticky-tack. I think overall the rune pieces, like the roof pieces, went on really well. I thought I was a little surprised because underneath there's only a few edges, but I just put some plastic glue along each of the edges, and then when I stuck it down it was pretty much flat, and that was enough to secure it firmly there, and I was happy about that. By comparison, when I did the Kill Team sets, I didn't like the kind of like hexagonal columns because it was hard sometimes to get the pieces to be lined up, and I'm using plastic glue, so I'm waiting for it to fuse, whereas these pieces with plastic glue worked very well for us. They have a lot of slots, so I could just easily bind the pieces together and then hold them for, I usually do 20 or 30 seconds to make sure it's holding, and then when it cured it was fine. So I really like the assembly part.
With the units, there were a couple joints that were a little tricky on some of the wings on the Furies. A limb here or there on the Iron Golems or Untamed Beasts, but for the most part everything came together real nice.
Yeah, I remember the wings on the Furies. We both did some of those, and some of the slots there were just a little tight, and you don't have a lot of surface contact, so just holding it in that right spot at the right angle for a little bit while it binds was a little tricky, but they all turned out pretty well. I think overall we're pretty excited to start playing with the terrain now and getting some games in, so that's what we'll be doing next. So we hope you enjoyed this video today, and if you did, hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing to see our future content.